Put yourself in the driver's seat and point at that hole. Then tell me that officer was in any kind of danger. Yeah. Yeah, also, Jonathan Ross appears to have served in the Iraq War based on the photos of him reviewed by The Intercept and lives in Minnesota. And there you have it. This is what we talk about when we say fascism is colonialism turned inwards, okay? Fascism is the imperial boomerang. You send these guys overseas and you get them you train them to become killers. You train them to do apprehensions. You train them to kill people over and over again. And then you bring them back here. They don't have any job prospects or anything like that. And they join ICE. And they have that exact same muscle memory. And they end up killing American citizens on American streets. You said that word so much it has no meaning. No, the reason why you have to say that is because the word does have meaning, but you don't want it to apply in this circumstance because you kind of agree with it. But you still recognize that the word has weight to it. You've been trained into thinking that fascism is wrong, but you simultaneously want this version of fascism to be normalized. One day, if there ever comes a day when people are proud fascists, you will openly wear that banner. It's just that you can't openly say it right now, so you have to cope and go, oh, you just used it so much it has no meaning. What can an administration do for you to recognize that this is not dissimilar to what has taken place in the past, a fascist administration in the past? I'm from the UK, mate. Okay, so I'm confused as to what this has to do with anything, mate. What I simply don't understand is you're from the United Kingdom, and yet here you are in my chat LARPing as though you are a fucking MAGA hog in the United States of America. This doesn't make any sense to me. What doesn't make any sense to me is that you guys don't even have the same kind of violent incidents because you don't have the same level of gun violence that takes place. Back in the day, at least, English people had the dignity to look at American gun violence and American police brutality and go, yeah, that's really fucked up. That's pretty unacceptable, actually. Nowadays, with the hog universality setting in, with fascism becoming more of a global phenomena with like their own version under the banner of MAGA, UK hogs have decided to present themselves as MAGA hogs for some weird reason. Have some fucking respect, dude. I mean, you see Keir Starmer sucking Donald Trump's asshole on a daily fucking basis, and that doesn't even frustrate you a little bit? Where's your fucking sovereignty? Where is your dignity? You've lost your national dignity, not because there are brown people coming into your fucking island. You've lost your national dignity because you are a vassal state, relegated to servile status, and you have to sit there and present yourself like you're a right-winger in the United States of America in the chat of American content creators. You disgust me. American hogs disgust me, but god damn, you disgust me way further. Let's take a look. I love playing this game. You the goat. They feel safe to threaten or call for violence. 6 feet under. The dog zapper is chatting shit. Dame, did you just show it to the loo? Straight to jail. UK is the same for some reason. Start shooting some motherfuckers, not punch, zap the dog. Round them up. Now we just have paid cunts. They feel safe to threaten and call for violence. I'm not saying I'm right wing. You're calling me it. Brother, you just fucking complained about people threatening to call for violence while you literally said straight to jail, round them up, 6 feet under, start shooting some motherfuckers. So pot kettle, bitch, you're the pot and the kettle here. What are you fucking saying? No wonder you get so fucking ass mad when you hear someone say, like, this is fascism through and through. Also, this level of obsession that you're in other people's chats, still fucking talking shit about me. God damn, dude. How do you not realize you have lost your humanity? You don't have any fucking, you have no goal or no purpose in this life, okay? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Vice President. What's your message, following up on that, what's your message to the leaders in Minnesota, the governor of Minnesota, the mayor of Minneapolis, to calm down the situation on the ground, on the streets? What's your message also to those protesters who saw that video in a completely different way?
XQC wants to debate you, bro. Brother, my chat already eats my ass when I fucking talk to Asmongold. If you think I'm going to waste time talking to fucking XQC when he can't even justify his positions to his own juicer audience, you're out of your fucking mind. There have been a million times where I've debated XQC. I don't think that, this is what I mean. It's not content, okay? This is what you guys don't understand. It's not content. You're like, talk to XQC, it'll be funny. We're talking about a fucking woman that was murdered that the government is actually justifying. The reason why I want to talk to Asmongold is not because of content, you fucking morons. The reason I want to talk to Asmongold is because he is doing propaganda to an actual fucking audience of right-wingers. XQC can't even get his own fucking juicers to agree with him. Fuck. Are you scared XQC is going to destroy you by doing the worm? Yes, exactly. That's what I'm afraid of. XQC needs to do his fucking laps, get his licks in, become like an established fucking right-wing propagandist in the same fucking weight as Asmongold for me to actually take him seriously, okay? Otherwise, it is just for content. Otherwise, it's just for the ha-has and the laughs, okay? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, first of all, I think if you watch every angle of that video, there is one angle where if you squint, you can maybe tell yourself that it's not clear what happened. But when you look at all angles of that video, it is very clear.
Please, Hassan, cure his brain rot. Save us, bro. He's lost it. I don't think you understand. The conversation that we're going to fucking, the conversation that's going to take place is not going to actually cure his fucking brain rot. Okay? It's not. He's doing it for fucking content. That's the only reason why he does it. And Asmongold does it for content too, but at least he has a fucking base of like solid right-wing support. XQC's audience fucking despises when he's like running around crafting this fucking narrative. I'll have XQC be there to moderate the debate if he actually ever fucking gets Asmongold to come to terms. How about that? I tried talking to XQC for fucking years and years over gambling, over all this shit, and he just basically spent the rest of the time yelling about me anytime he could, trying to fucking farm outrage anytime he could.
That her vehicle went right for the guy. She actually collided with him, and then that's, of course, when he fired.
Can you explain why the location of the bullet hole in the windshield shows the officer wasn't in danger? I'm genuinely asking. Is it because it's on the side? Yes, dude. Yes, yes, yes. When you literally fucking look at where the entry point of the first bullet hole is, alongside his foot positioning, if that is an entry point for the first bullet hole, with this feet positioning, you understand that he was not in imminent danger at all. It directly contradicts the narrative that he was in fear for his life. It's the angle. It's the angle of the fucking bullet hole. You see that, right? Like, this is the angle that he shot her from. You understand that, right? This is the angle that he shot her from. His fucking toes are literally outside of the fucking outside of the range of motion of the wheels. If he was dead on in front of her, it would still be unjustifiable, mind you. It would still be unjustifiable if he was dead ass straight up in front of her and shot her, but the bullet entry hole would be a little bit fucking closer, at least to the middle. Especially at that distance. The bullet holes on the far side of the windshield. The 2 additional shots fired entered via the side window. There's no way the ICE agent was in front of the car and at risk of being hit. It blows my mind that people are still trying to do that. He's leaning into the car to try to fucking get into better range to assassinate this person, and there's still motherfuckers who are doing this. Where was he when the gas pedal was pressed all the way in, though? The gas pedal was never pressed all the way in until she was dead. She was slowly moving away. And then she was shot and killed because she was shot in the fucking head and shot in the chest 2 times. And then the gas pedal was fucking put to the metal after she was killed. That's also part of the reason why you don't do this. That's also part of the reason why you don't actually fucking, there is rules that dictate that you're not supposed to fucking shoot into a person, a suspect that's in a vehicle, because then it can actually cause much greater harm. There are people walking on the other side of the sidewalk. They could have fucking died in this situation as well. That ICE agent is liable for infinitely more violence, infinitely more bloodshed in that situation. That's why it's a part of the fucking rule book. It also blows my mind because, like, you're fucking Canadian. You used to be a little bit more reasonable about this kind of shit. You used to talk about how American police are insane. What the fuck happened? In any case, once again, get Asmongold to fucking talk, and you can be a part of that conversation as well. I cannot believe XQC has gone from being pro Black Lives Matter, talking about like police brutality and how ridiculous it is, especially in the United States of America, to literally defending it. Like, how the fuck did the gambling rot your brain this hard? Jesus Christ. I cannot believe that he is trying to fucking entertain the debate just for the sake of content. Like, please take this shit a little bit seriously. He's literally a minority in Canada getting special treatment. They speak 2 languages. The U.S. used to have French speakers too, and we made them give up their language. So funny. I mean, that's irrelevant to this conversation. Let's be real. XQC is about to fucking advocate for Canada to be the 51st state. Like, he is talking like, he's talking not like the Lion of Laval that he once was, but instead an Albertan cuck. Okay? He's talking like he's from Alberta, demanding that America take over Canada. Like the Albertan hogs. How the fuck did this happen? Such a sad state of affairs.
That's obvious, okay? So what I'd say to the protesters is, by all means, protest peacefully, but make this about ideas. Make this about disagreement with our policy. Don't use your protest as a justification or
make this about ideas, like the idea that we lied and fucking claimed this woman is a fucking domestic terrorist in order to justify this unlawful execution in broad daylight. Just debate us on the ideas. Why can't you debate us on the ideas? I don't know, bitch, because you're fucking killing people and then justifying it. It's not a simple disagreement. You're killing American citizens, tax-paying American citizens, and as the goddamn vice president, you're justifying the murder of tax-paying American citizens. It's no longer about ideas at that point. We've moved way past the point of ideas.
Encouragement for people to go and incite violence and participate in violence against our law enforcement officials. To the people on the ground in Minneapolis, meaning the local officials in Minneapolis, from Tim Walz on down, I'd say, look, why can't you just disagree with a given piece of immigration policy without turning law enforcement into the enemy? And think about, for example, a criminal law, where a police officer goes and arrests somebody because they violated a criminal law. If you're mad about that, go and protest the politician who passed that law. Don't attack the police officer who's just doing their job. We had a wide open border under Joe Biden. I happen to think it's a good thing the President of the United States has closed it down. If you think that's a bad idea...
What's insane is the right loves to explain the left as being brainwashed, but cannot fathom that the same force acts on them. They can never explain why external influences have no effect on them. Yeah, because they are actually fucking brainwashed. That's the difference. This tweet hammers 2 specific points. You can't use deadly force to stop someone fleeing. You are not allowed to stand in front of the car. Yes. Generally, ICE policy says deadly use of force is only warranted if the subject poses an imminent threat of serious injury and or death. Flight of a vehicle doesn't typically constitute deadly force. ICE officers are trained to approach a vehicle by forming what is known as a tactical L to avoid being in front of the vehicle and to prevent injury. He didn't follow the proper protocol. Not only did he not follow the proper protocol here, but this also creates a very dangerous precedent. I need you to understand. That means ICE agents, if you're ever in your car and someone, whether they tell you they're an ICE agent or not, a masked guy with a fucking gun could walk up to you and shoot you. And if he's a fucking ICE agent, then sorry, you're a terrorist now. And that's a legal kill. Sucks to fucking suck. Poggerstein, you're the same as Asmon. Debate him, lol. I don't think I'll be able to convince any of you guys that I'm explaining myself over and over again, but I don't think I'll be able to convince you. If Asmongold was not a person with a serious fucking audience of 50,000 right-wingers, I would never entertain debating an unwashed, uneducated charlatan either, okay? XQC needs to make it out of the little leagues first, which is his own audience, before he can actually fucking come here. And I already said it. If he wants to have a conversation with me, he needs to go and fucking grab Asmongold, and then we can have a 2v1 if he wants to. Not even a 1v1. I'm saying 2v1. Okay, I'll debate both of them at the same time. There you go. Let's do it. Maybe that'll give Asmongold a sense of comfort if he has another person. I'll fucking dual wield that shit. I don't give a fuck. What are you, crazy? XQC's got normies more important than right-wingers? Brother, I don't think you understand. Because XQC has normies, it's not relevant to the conversation because his own fucking audience is eating his ass alive. That's precisely the reason why I'll let the juicers do the talking anyway. Because his own, anytime he tries to do this like Asmongold style farming the right shit, he gets eaten alive by his own community. Because his own juicers are like, shut the fuck up. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Why are you doing this like fucking right-wing outrage farming, dumbass? Yeah, he can't even convince his own audience. I'm not doing fucking debates because I want to do content. I don't think you guys understand. I'm doing it because I want to make sure that people at least hear a different perspective. Okay? People hear a different perspective in a right-wing echo chamber. So yeah, if XQ wants, he can bring Asmongold to the fucking fold, and then I'll talk about him. I'll talk to him. Bring Asmongold. Let's do a 2v1. Julius Kim, criminal defense attorney. I've conducted law enforcement trainings in my capacity as a former prosecutor. A law enforcement officer must have reasonable fear of death or great bodily harm to use force. The problem is so many ICE agents out there are not thinking reasonably because they have been jacked up by the rhetoric of the president, the director of Homeland Security, politicians. I mean, these are like political statements, okay? It's just indefensible in general. It's just indefensible. I'm going to be honest, I don't like Hasan as a person, but I do think he has better political takes than these uneducated brain-dead creatures like Asmongold or XQC. Brother, I mean, this is literally what I studied. I don't know why you don't like me as a person. You might have just been fucking duped into believing that I'm a bad human being, but this is not only what I studied, this is what I did for years and years. This is not just like quote-unquote content for me. This is something that I believe in. That's why I work with activists, organizers, do fundraisers, elect mayors, help elect mayors. Like, it's not a fucking comparison. This is not like fucking farming TikTok aura edits or some shit. This is my whole life. Go to events, go to protests. It's not content. It might come across as content to you from the outside, but I do have a stake in this. I don't think that's deniable. I think that's undeniable.
Criticize this administration for a policy decision. Don't attack our people for enforcing the law, because I
Maybe
guarantee...
because you're a Nepo kid in a millionaire mansion? Yeah, I'm the fucking millionaire in this situation, just so you understand, right? Like, you say Nepo kid, but I'm taking care of my family because I'm fortunate enough. Because I have you, the viewers. The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers. All of your favorite content creators farm max ads. You know that, right? They get max contracts, farm max ads, get as many fucking sponsorships as they can without ever considering you or what that might do to you or what that might do to others. I don't do any of that shit, and you still come in here and you try to say, oh, I'm hypocrisy baiting. You just want every rich person to turn around and say, things are good. Things are good, actually. And the one time someone doesn't say that, it bricks your fucking brain. You go, why don't you just shut the fuck up and say everything is good? That's it. Yeah, your uncle wasn't wealthy. Lamau, nice whataboutism. Wait, he's not. The fuck? And he still isn't. And he wasn't back then either. The nepotism comes from me, which is something I readily admit, going to work for my uncle's 26-person fucking YouTube channel. Which I think at this point, you know, we can say I've moved past, right? I mean, I love him, and I will always be forever eternally grateful, but like, what are we talking about? The only thing you do when you bring up, you know, Cenk in this situation is reveal how old you are.